Are Chelsea doing the right thing and saying, right, if it's going to be that way, play the game behind closed doors?
No, so basically, we're the ones that are in the dock. We're the ones that have got the ownership model which is compromised. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a championship club that needs the money, and we're going to say you can have none from gate receipts because we are the ones that are being compromised.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous argument.
Yeah.
What are the Chelsea? So are Chelsea going to ask to have no fans in their games at home then? Because by that logic, they're going to say that there's no away fans coming to Chelsea Football Club for away game for the home games at Stamford Bridge, right? Oh, at this moment in time, Chelsea can't sell any casual tickets. You follow me?
Yeah.
So they can't sell any casual tickets to when whoever plays. If Palace play at Chelsea, no Palace fans can go. So Palace could turn around and say to Chelsea, on that basis, that's compromised our sporting integrity, so we want you to have no home fans. Kick season ticket holders out. I mean, what a ridiculous set of affairs. Well, how do you possibly, even in the most obtuse, opaque way, read a room like this if you're Chelsea? Everybody in football right now is looking at you saying you are a pariah, right? You are a toxic brand. Your own sponsors don't want anything to do with you. And your way of doing that is go and take a great big dump in someone else's pocket financially by saying, we don't want any gate receipts for you in the FA Cup. It makes no sense why Chelsea would want to do this. Should I tell you how the sporting landscape evens up?
Go on.
You've got a playing team that's worth about £1 billion, and Middlesbrough have got a team that's worth a packet of gobstoppers by comparison. So the sporting integrity can even up there. You don't need your fans in the stadium to have your big-time players be able to overcome Middlesbrough. It is an ill-formed, ill-mannered, ill-educated, uncouth, unedifying response from Chelsea. And it just goes to the heart of why people are going to take exception. You've got Chelsea fans singing Roman Abramovich's name, which is not the time and the place. We all know that he did a lot for your football club, but this is not the time for you to celebrate anything vaguely resembling what he looks like.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
Yeah.
Think about it. And now you've got your club that doesn't front up, lets Tuchel get a battering around to the point where the manager's having to explode at the journalist saying, I'm not a politician, stop asking me the same bloody question.
Yeah.
So no one comes out. Bruce Buck and all those guys that have had their hands in Abramovich's pocket for years aren't front and centre, and they perhaps should be. I'm not sure what they could say, but they could take away some of the deflection. And out in a sort of obsequious, ghastly little way comes this particular suggestion that a championship club should say goodbye to £500,000.
Sure.
And why? Because Chelsea can't send their fans down there, because Chelsea didn't plan to get a licence done properly. Chelsea haven't dealt with the situation themselves properly, and the Premier League is asleep at the wheel, and the FA are the blind leading the blind.
You can't blame Middlesbrough here. Middlesbrough want this game to be played, and it should be played.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely, 100%. Nothing to do with Middlesbrough. Absolutely nothing to do with Middlesbrough. So they deserve the game to go ahead in the manner that suits them. So, yeah, I can understand the point the boys are making. It was slightly ironic and embarrassing, I felt, for Chelsea to come out and ask that question. But thankfully, they redeemed themselves kind of quickly. It's not Middlesbrough's fault. It's not Middlesbrough's issue at all. At the same time, the problem with Chelsea, you can't be punishing the supporters. You can't be punishing the people that work within the club. You know, it's nothing to do with them. It's not their fault. And unfortunately, at this moment in time, they're victims as well.
It's not the players' fault either,
No,
is it?
not far from it.